Welcome, ladies and gents, to your monthly Water Tribe report. I would like to welcome Maya to the Infinity Club. Welcome very much. Thank you for joining us. You are more than welcome. Of course, Infinity Club members do get access to all of the monthly tribe reports as well as the monthly peace reports. Happy birthday, of course, Pisces. This Water Tribe report will be publicly available for everybody. Yeah, congratulations. You don't need to be a member to watch this one or to catch the replay to it. Next month is going to be, of course, the Fire Tribe report that will be publicly available and courtesy of Aries. All right. So, with that being, oops, what the fuck? There we go. Oh, nice. With that being said, I wasn't going to do this tonight, but I was going to maybe do it tomorrow, but screw it. I'm scheduling the full moon in Virgo ceremony right now. We're going to do that at 7 in 2 hours. Okay. Ooh, yeah, let's get it. All right. Let's get it. All right, that is scheduled. Whew. All righty, water signs: Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. See? All right, cool. Happy full moon, by the way. In a few hours, this is the final game changer. You don't want to miss this ceremony. Okay, I'm gonna we're entering, if this was an anime, we're entering a 1.5-year arc. We are getting ready to initiate a 1.5-year arc called the Final Game Changer arc. And for some of you who are main characters, you might debut during this arc. All right. The Final Game Changer arc is the very last arc before the New World Order saga. The New World Order saga is a series of arcs that spans over the rest of the decade up until 2031, where Saturn and Uranus conjunct in Gemini. And that's where everyone born 86 and 87, they're going to really start to harvest their supernatural terrorist magic. But yeah, before that, the New World Order saga starts 2025. So this Final Game Changer arc is it, y'all. I'm going to go more into that. All right. Shout out to Sailor Moon in the building. Okay, most definitely. So with that being said, let's get into these water sign reports. Okay. Congratulations, I want to say, water signs. Yes, congratulations. Yeah, we'll get there. I know I said this for Cap, so we'll say this for Cancer. But yeah, what shit can I say about water signs? Scorpio had the South Node. It's not there anymore. So yeah. What am I picking up intuitively? Shadowmon. Okay. The only thing I'm intuitively being guided by whatever the fuck to say. And this might apply to you if you're not a water sign, but this is specifically to Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising, right? Progress to. I'm picking up that some of you are seeing, or at least sensing and dealing with Shadowmon. I was gonna say Shadow Man, but apparently he's a Digimon, Shadowmon. He's like a Digimon in this real world, or some kind of astral being. I don't see Shadowmon, so even though I'm progressed water, but Shadowmon is like this apparition of not just shadows and darkness, but malevolence and darkness. And some of you have been seeing Shadowmon in your dreams, or just around very evil, fucked up people, or people who are in a very fucked up mood. If you've been seeing Shadowmon, which has many different forms, but is really just this dark mass, imagine seeing like a shadow. Um, I'm here to tell you it's not just in your head, but because of your heightened awareness, you're the only one that can see Shadowmon. So like everyone else uh doesn't really see or experience it. Shadowmon really can't harm you, mainly because of your aura, but it can feel threatened that you're aware of it. All right. Shadowmon is usually undetected. So you kind of bringing awareness or sensing it, really, 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 you know, it is what it is. Now, here's the thing. Some of you are cool with Shadowmon. Some of you, Shadowmon is exposing the darkness in people's hearts. I don't know if you have a contract with Shadowmon. I don't know if personally you, because this is a malevolent energy. So I don't know, like some of you kind of either G-checked Shadowmon. Maybe you have some familiars that jumped the shit out of Shadowmon, or maybe Shadowmon respects you, because Shadowmon has been giving it up in very uncanny ways. Whether you summon it or not, or just wanted to expose something, it's revealing the cracks and chinks in people's armors. It's showing you like the 12th house side to people that they hide behind closed doors. And whereas this would be very strange to other people, I feel like you're used to this because you already kind of do this intuitively yourself. So it's really taking you across the edge. And there is this really weird or strange dynamic where I feel like some of the things you're getting exposed to might feel like it's just in your head. And you'll know it's not because you immediately get receipts. Okay. Um, Yo, Star Enlightenment, this is actually really crazy because right before I came onto this live, I literally channeled the idea, what if I made a video about communicating with someone's loved one who passed away? What if I just made a video about Nipsey Hussle and channeling his spirit? And you're asking me this right now. No, don't worry. I'm not going to do that on this channel unless, I actually bring receipts. But personally, what's my take on communicating with people's relatives, loved ones who passed away? I think it's disgusting, and I think it's fucking stupid because most of it is just a clout grab. Authentic mediums usually don't like to communicate with like people's loved ones. What really happens is that the passed away ones pick the medium. Like, I need you to tell this person this. So a medium is usually like, fuck, like I didn't want to have to say this, but do you know this person? Because they're giving me this message and it's accurate. It's not vague. It's not, oh, well, this person said that if it could be up to debate, that's a fraud. And then there's familiar spirits too. Most of these people are not priests. They're not priestesses. They haven't been trained. So like they won't know how to discern between a familiar spirit who is pretending to be that person. So most of it is really just cap. It's just fraud bullshit. No one's really channeling anybody. But You'll know it's legit because the ones who do it legit, they don't put it on YouTube unless they have to, unless that's the only way. For example, like Sloan Bella, obviously she had receipts and she wasn't going out of her way, I feel like, to do that. The message came to her. So that's really how you can kind of tell. It's a really good question. But I'm very mind blown because you asked me that question right as I was thinking it before I went on this live. So I'm gonna take that as a um sign, you know. I definitely want to become a full-time medium, but yeah, there's a way I can use it to disrupt, you know. Like it's definitely possible to inquire insight from souls that have passed who've been murdered and help solve cases. Happens a lot more than you know. So there's a way that could be used to spread the light with receipts, but most times you just see it as a clout grab. People just want to, you know. And I think it's an interesting tribe report to talk about this. The water signs are most definitely mediumship central. Walk-ins are very interesting, you know. Um, yeah, no, star enlightenment. If that person has been on your mind a lot, I think you're communicating with that person. I used to be very skeptical about that. And, you know, it doesn't necessarily have to be verbatim that, but, you know, you can definitely ask for signs and get synchronicities, but you know, show that person some love, give that person some light. They still exist and may even be guiding you, you know. So really, really awesome stuff. And that's really also so amazing because that is a major theme of this final game changer arc. Ironically, Saturn and Neptune in Pisces is the end of the veil. The last veil that got instituted around the 1800s is getting cut again. So of course, over the past few centuries, it's been steadily weakening. Obviously, every time Saturn conjuncts Neptune through the zodiac, it institutes another phase of the veil. So ever since the 1800s, now that Neptune came back into 2012, it's been very thin. And once you take the Reaper and you put it in the sign of Neptune, the astral realm, this is getting ready. This is why it's the end of everything. The veil is, before it was just thinning. Now the veil is completely getting cut. And this is going to influence a lot of metaphysical poltergeist activity, not because of some thin membrane that's blocking, let's just say, this activity. It's always been there, but there's a subtle interconnectivity that will just enable more collective understanding and I don't want to say awareness, but connection to these metaphysical principles. And with the new generation of children who are also releasing this next level energy, it's going to, in a weird way, before we step into that Saturn Neptune North Node in Pisces conjunction, which is the activation of the next veil over the next 2 centuries. You know what I mean? This is this really weird period where there's really nothing. Like it's just, there's a lot of like stranger events and activity. Could be bullshit. Really, that's just the best way I can say that to make sense of what I feel about that. But if you're a water sign, or if you have water sign progressed placements, this might be more of a reality to you, and you might actually live this. Water is the last element in every state. Cancer is the last individual sign. Scorpio is the last social sign. Pisces is the last God sign. What Neville Goddard calls imagination, God. So the thing here is, if being able to be proficient at emotional intelligence and also psychic awareness was easy, everyone would be psychic. Everyone has psychic potential, but everyone would be a fucking psychic. But clearly it's rare. And that's because the quality of this nature is attained. Scorpio is a rare attainment. Um Pisces is a legendary attainment. It marks a very old soul. Cancer is a very special attainment. It's a superpower. So just to be born with that power really says a lot about one's soul, and it's getting you ready to shift the generational tradition and understanding of how, for the longest time, magic and psychic ability has been literally demonized, as well as, denied by science. Okay. Do you think that the dead are consciously aware that they're dead and communicating with us? Or do you feel like it's more subconsciously happening and they're not fully aware of it? That's a really good question. They are very aware. You don't truly see until you die. You live your entire life living an illusion until you die. This is why Sagittarius is after Scorpio, life after death, and then knowledge. You live your entire life being literally through an illusion and a dream until you die. That's where you truly wake up. So everyone who's dead, they're very aware. This is why they can guide people who aren't dead. You know what I mean? And this is what allows their communication to actually be very well timed, because now they're not constructed by space and time. So the way that you perceive time isn't the way that they're going to see time, where beings outside of that might look at things as a panoramic view where you've already lived your whole life. So they can enter different intervals of your life that would look like different spaces of time, similar to a 3D interacting with a 2D substance. Um, if you add that to the psychopomps and angels who guide the dead to their respective afterlives, yeah, they're very aware. They're very, very, very aware. But yeah, if anything, a lot of these concepts are going to gain literature in a way that makes this more practical and real and not bogged up in some fucking fantasy library book catalog or science fiction. For so long, these real themes that are realer than what we consider real have been put in a science fiction and fantasy, section. And for the first time in ever, that's not going to be the case anymore. And a lot of that is because of this final game changer arc that's going to really change the narrative and expose why and how humanity was duped into being made to believe that magic for some reason is bullshit, when everything that exists in life is made up of magic. Life itself is magic. Okay. So yeah, life, which by the way is a killer. So you think life is like, I'm not trying to snitch or anything. You think life is like this happy go lucky, I want you to be joyful. No, life is a killer, and she shows up dressed to kill every day. She literally shows up and slays every day. Death is actually chill. Death is gonna catch you when it's your time and then take you through. It is not even anything. But like, yeah, just something to keep in mind, because people get that so mixed up. I don't know what about this matrix inverted principles about like the gods and space and stuff, but like it's such a PR disaster. Anyway, other than that, y'all, if you are a water sign, I am grateful to share that your psychic ability is going to drastically raise. The bad news about that is that your psychic ability is going to drastically raise, and there's not going to be some kind of incremental quality around how, oh, I'm getting more psychic. You're just going to be like, yeah. Oh shit. Oh shit. And I feel like if you're a water sign hearing that, you're gonna be like, again, which is just wild crazy to me. So you mean to say y'all have been going through this like for the better half of your whole life? Like, I don't. This is why I look at y'all strange. This is why I look at y'all super strange, because y'all just be feeling some shit. Y'all just be feeling some shit like, oh my God, the energy's crazy. And then I have to gaslight you and look at you like you're delusional. And then sure enough, like 20 minutes to 2 hours later, I'm feeling it too. Like, holy shit, this is what this motherfucker was talking about. Like, could y'all just stop being strange? Could y'all just like stop being psychic? Or you just can't, you can't turn it off. Some of you water signs have been able to turn off your abilities. Let me snitch on water signs real quick. Let me snitch on water signs real quick. Okay, check it out. Check it out. Do you know who makes psychic abilities look cool? Fire signs. They make that shit pop. Fire signs make psychic abilities and magic abilities look cool as fuck. Cool as fuck. Like, let me tell you why water signs are associated. Pisces associated with drug addiction. Scorpio is in alcoholism, cancer, all of those. Let me tell you why. Fire signs make that shit look fire. It looks fucking awesome. Like, they can just like see the future, or just like, you know, come into a very balanced way of you know, coming into or discerning information seemingly out of nowhere through like supernatural abilities or superpowers, right? Water signs are psychic for real. So like, they're the psychic ability that's not comfortable. The water signs are feeling the back pain that you have, and now they're pissed off because now they have to be like, yo, is your back hurting, motherfucker? And you're just like, damn, motherfucker, how do you know? I feel it. Okay, you need to fucking fix your back, motherfucker. Jesus. And then they walk through like that. I am so glad I'm not that psychic. First of all, I am so glad. Whenever y'all be telling me those stories, I'm just like, bless your fucking heart. That is insane. That is horrible. Like, water signs are too psychic, fam. Like, it's not comfortable to be a water sign and that psychic. So, like, yeah, they're super fucking psychic, but you don't know like half of. Ooh. You don't even know like half it is of what they realistically go through and feel. God forbid they're fucking healers. They're going to take all that disgusting, nasty gunk from people and then have to fucking rest for 2 days or 1.5 days or whatever. And I'm just so glad I'm not that much of a water. It's just like, wow. Okay, so what have water signs been doing? Water signs have been able to turn this all the way the fuck off. Not entirely, but they've been able to dull this mainly with drugs, mainly with alcohol. I'm sorry, Klaus and my brother, mainly with alcohol, drugs, alcohol, depression naps, burying themselves in work so that they can keep their mind off of the fact that they're constantly telepathic, copious amounts of weed and drugs, because weed is not a drug, it's medicine. More alcohol, okay? And you know, sometimes being in a drunken stupor enables them to, you know what I'm saying, just kind of cope, you know what I mean, or they'll be sober and just cry, which is their own form of being drunk. So yeah, it is what it is. Weed really is medicine. Stop, but I don't do drugs, just weed. Shout out to Currency. All right, don't play. Let's go. So yeah, you know what? Saturn is in Pisces. Yo, they really do sober cry, and they be having, bro. They be having the most epic sober cries too. Legend has it, anytime a Pisces or Cancer or Scorpio be sober crying, there's a camera crew that comes up out of nowhere, and then for some reason, like, their favorite depression song is playing. These motherfuckers cry to the music. These motherfuckers be crying to the music, like they cry. It's not like an earth sign or an air sign crying. Like, I don't even want to cry. Like, no, I'm not gonna cry. They be like, bam, straight telling them, like, they be going out their way to cry some more just so they can get the most out of the cry. I don't understand. You be thinking that these motherfuckers are sad. No, they just like to cry. Scorpio is literally like Capricorn. Like, they feel good being cynical. Like it's hard to understand the negative vibration. They're not really sad. They just feel comfortable looking negatively at things, and you can think that that means they're depressed. And no, like Cancer will cry because it feels good. They will just cry because it feels good. And then you have Pisces, delusional ass. Pisces actually loves to cry. These motherfuckers will cry just to laugh at the, like, Pisces is the only motherfucker that will cry and they're not even sad. They just wanted to. Scorpio will cry when they mad. Like, I want to fucking kill you right now, but I don't want to go to jail. Yeah, no, that deserves a whole Oscar. But like, yes, Pisces, it's just like, holy fucking shit. Like, y'all motherfuckers are legendary, all of you. Now the reason why we like when y'all cry is the legend has it, water sign tears are magical. So like, if you somehow emotionally manipulate a Cancer or a Scorpio or a Pisces, or you gaslight them and they start crying, be like, oh, I'm sorry, wipe the tears off. And when they're not looking, put the tear in like a bottle. Yeah, I swear to God. Like, it is, every single drop is worth it. You can literally sell each tear for at least like $1,000 on the black market. I got some Cancer tears. Oh, you want some Scorpio tears? I got some Scorpio tears, extra black. Yes, whether they're like tears of joy or crocodile tears, if it comes from their ducts, they're like Pisces tears are super magical. They grant wishes. Cancer tears are super powerful. It's like holy water if you want to do exorcism. And then Scorpio tears, you need to be careful. Like one Scorpio tear is pure concentrate, just dark energy. So like, you know what I'm saying? You could just sprinkle that on whatever. Swear to God. And some of them know. Crocodile tears don't actually count. Hey, if it comes from their tear ducts, and you could just be mad slick, just be like, oh, hold on, just keep your face there. Let me put it down. Oh, let me wipe that off real quick. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. That's it. It's it. This is a common hack. That most people do not know. All right, if you're a water sign, those are your own tears. See, water signs do this unconsciously. Like, they'll just cry while they're making an intention, and then boom, the intention comes true, and they don't even realize it's because you cried. It's because you cried. Oh, thank you. That's it. Thank you. If I were to ever cry, the universe was going to be like, shut the fuck up, motherfucker. So y'all always be talking about Cap. It's okay to cry, Capricorn. It's okay to cry, Capricorn. No, you ain't ever gonna see it. I love anytime people tell Cap Moons that it's okay to cry, and then all the Cap Moons be side-eyeing each other like, nigga, no, it's okay for you to cry. That's hilarious. Like, that's hilarious. Y'all always be trying to, and it's always the water signs. It's always the water and fire signs that be like, it's okay to cry. It's okay to cry. And then we just looking at you. Yeah, you be crying, motherfucker. You be fucking crying, motherfucker. Do you know I have tried to cry before and no tears came out. I was like, what the fuck? I can't care about this. What the hell? But when Jiraiya died in Naruto, I did almost shed a tear for a real nigga. I'm not gonna lie. When Jiraiya did get jumped by Pain, I did almost cry. It's weird. It's really weird. Like if it's an anime character, I will fight back tears a little bit. But let it be some like real life shit. I'm cracking jokes and shit. Even if I'm related, I'm cracking jokes like, oh, that's crazy. So I don't know if it's just because I'm a fucked up individual or I'm just gangster. I just can't cry. Like it is what it is. But yes. Okay. So water signs, Saturn is back in Pisces, and Saturn is saying you're not able to suppress you thought Saturn laughed. Saturn was like, you thought you can suppress this with drugs and alcohol and depression naps? You can't hold it back anymore. And that's going to be very, very, very terrifying to you for the first 2 months until Taurus season, where we start to solidify it and you develop more of the abilities around it. But your psychic abilities are about to be on full blast. The only way they won't be on full blast is if you didn't hold it back. If any of you at any point held back or suppressed your power, it's about to be on full fucking blast, bro. Like, I don't know what else to say. It's almost like you're getting punished for trying to dull your potential. And it's not in the fire sign way where you're dimming your light to make others comfortable. You are doing this so you can feel comfortable. You are doing this so that you wouldn't be inundated and drowned with the sea of vibrations that you cannot help but feel. And now you have this super duper cruel, oh my gosh, the classic video, super duper cruel transit going through. Like, you thought you can protect your feelings from the wrath. So that's a very major theme. Okay, this is actually preparing you for the New World Order, where water signs are going to be some even more dangerous than they already are, and manifest poltergeist level experiences, because now they have full control over their emotions. But it's Saturn and Pisces that's going to engineer this, and Saturn wants to bring you face to face with your potential through having you face your fears. And chances are, if you're a water sign, your number one fear is your true psychic potential. You're like a fucking Jean Grey, constantly holding back, feeling like, I don't want to hurt somebody. Scorpio, I'm not talking about you. Do want to hurt people. Don't. It's cool though, or protect people. They don't say hurt, they say I want to protect. I get you. It's so funny how Scorpio doesn't have this issue, but Cancer and Pisces. That's one thing that I learned about astrology that just made me respect the shit even so much more. Like, you look at Cancer and Pisces, and they're like, I don't want to. Scorpio's the only motherfucker that's like, I don't give a fuck. If they die, they die. Put them out their misery. Put them out their misery. And so it's like, okay, Scorpio, you're different. You're fucking different. Oh my God, you're fucking different. That's amazing. That's amazing. I love it. I love it. I freaking love it. Put him out the misery. Okay. We're going to start with Cancer. Cancer the tool. All right, Cancer. Cancer rising. Cancer sun. Cancer moon. I just have one thing to say. Hey, hey, hey. Congratulations, Cancer. A lot of Cancer moons and Cancer suns are just like, I didn't die. I didn't die. I didn't die. I didn't die. I'm still alive. I'm still alive. I'm still alive. I'm still alive. In fact, if you see this like loopy, almost extremely aggrandized sense of self-confidence coming from Cancers, it's because they are still here, motherfucker. I'm still alive. I'm still alive. Like, you're going to see these people talk so much shit as they come into one of the biggest milestone W's and victories by next month. All Pisces season is doing is it's preparing Cancer rising and Cancer for one of the greatest W's they've ever taken in their whole life. And you have to understand, the reason why Cancer is saying and talking shit is because from 2008 to 2024, Pluto was in Capricorn gunning for these motherfuckers. Actively, shout out to you, bro. Actively saying, you're gonna fucking die. You're gonna fucking die. You're gonna die. You're gonna fucking die. Like, if you guys knew the ruthless extent to which how Cancers have been getting gaslighted, you would think that their life is a movie, or you would think they're delusional and they're making it up for attention. Like, it's worse than the Truman Show. Like, Cancers have seen with their own eyes people get possessed by demons just to kill them, only for it to look like a mistake or accident. How the fuck do you explain a situation like that without people thinking you're delusional? Like, you have no idea, bro, what Cancers have been going through. Not everyone made it. Rest in peace to the people who kind of, died. That's why y'all are like, so you're about to see Cancer with Pluto in the 8th house, G checking a lot of people like, yeah, motherfucker, that's why I'm still alive, bitch. That's why I'm fucking alive, bitch. And a lot of that is the Chiron and North Node in their 10th house in Aries. All Pisces season is doing is it is shifting the perspective of what approach they want to take. The defecation that they're going to solo shit on everyone. Like, the Cancer's victory is very important because people behind the scenes try to get rid of many Cancers and they fucking failed. And so seeing you succeed, Cancer, is going to be the most gut-wrenching, disgusting, most heinous. It's going to bring them this very dark pit. Like, for certain, there's certain things you represent that people hate, that you're like your success is not only going to be an original story. You're getting ready in 30 days from now to establish an original, unique story of success that has taken you over the past 10 years, but you're activating it April to October, meaning by July, October, it's already harvesting. Like, you're already starting to see what this looks like, but the actions you take are next month, right? So you are coming in to not only more of this realization that not only are you coming into this original success story, but certain people, like, and it'd be for the most irrational, at least if there was a rational reason for it. For some of you, it's just because you're holy and they're demons. So, like, holy water just irks people. But, like, and that's, you'll know, because it's irrational. Like, there's really no real reason for there to be this much of hatred towards you. It's not, can't even say it's really personal as much as just your effect. But yeah, you are going to come into this, they're collectives and collectives of people almost who have this very deep, dark pit of just disgust in their stomach, seeing you achieve what you achieve, and you see that, and it's going to give you so much satisfaction. It's almost as if, like, you have a power over that can't be taken from you. especially because what you're achieving is original. Like no one else has done what you're getting ready to establish, or at least in the way you've done. Um, and this is really beautiful, especially with Chiron, that's going to heal how much more assertively you can express yourself when it comes to directing your legacy and your career. So we want to talk about Pisces because this is, of course, coming into this 10th house transit in Aries that's going to set this individual direction. You're going to adjust the perception of the belief of how you feel and why you feel you should take this direction. And this is going to unveil more metaphysical mechanics and phenomena outside of reality that Saturn will crystallize. Why is this very important? You're fucking psychic. You're too fucking psychic. So, like, since 2012, you have opened up this uncanny channel to where you are seeing directly to the deeper, higher meaning, the reason why things are happening with no receipts, with no details, with no evidence. You just gain this intuitive channel that you've always had, but more frequently since 2012, you've been able to just effortlessly channel the truth about situations that you should not realistically know. This is what makes you the psychic. You might uncannily just predict something's going to happen and it does, or like you're just spilling and dishing tea from people who there's no way you could have known what you said because you weren't there. You know what I mean? Like there's it's weird. It's strange, right? And I want to really once again establish that it's not necessarily like, okay, you gain some context clues and then you analyzed and made a guess. You're pulling it out of thin air. So it shouldn't make sense. You shouldn't be anywhere on point. You don't even know, but you are. This is why Pluto was like, I'm about to kill you, motherfucker. This is one of the main reasons why Cancer got nerfed and also was attacked. Because if I'm trying to lie to people and if I'm trying to deceive people, and then here goes your psychic ass waking people the fuck up, the audacity for y'all to wake people the fuck up and use your psychic abilities to discern from what we've hidden to now not only show people, but it aligns with the facts and receipts. So now people have to take it seriously. Case in point, if I were to say, oh yeah, I spoke to this person's dead relative and they said that in 2 months from now they're going to start getting exposed, and people are like, you don't speak to dead relatives, but 2 months from now they start getting exposed. Now I have to look at you weird because it's like, fuck, like if you didn't do your psychic shit, no one would have really seen this like this. So like this is, I'm just saying, this is it. So ever since 2012, you've been strengthening that, and now Saturn here is crystallizing it. Now everything that you knew without needing the evidence, it's consistent to the point where you're getting ready to control it at will. This is your final game changer arc story. Because what's going to happen is once we step into the New World Order 2025, you're going to become an authority. You're going to step into and establish the integrity of your authority as this public figure based on the actions you've been taking now. And this is based on the integrity of over the next year and a half, how at a greater quality, you're able to control this. Once again, the emotions, ninth house Pisces, using the imagination to discern what through your imagination you're able to see that's unseen, that is practical enough to third house Virgo and communicate really because they apply to real events. And this is why this is called fantasy. That shouldn't even be able to be possible theoretically, but hey, y'all proved it wrong. And it's not just y'all. This is the aspect in everyone's chart, but it's a perspective to keep in mind with Jupiter and Uranus in your 11th, strengthening the quality of real friends who, albeit making this very more unconventional how you connect, definitely adds so much more strength to not only your confidence but the wealth that you're going to come into this as well. Pluto and Mars, and of course Venus in your eighth house are influencing very intensely the advanced boundaries that you are drawing. Let's just say, once again, 2008 to 2023 showed you the sleeper cell agents. I want you to comment a number 4 if from 2008 to 2023 you've always felt evil in other people, but you've seen it. You've seen it. You've seen it collectively. It's not like, oh, that person's evil. It's like this evil wave taking over people. And it's like rarely people who you see are not affected by this illusion. And you could see it in people, the intent to hurt and harm you. That is like, how do you be a Cancer and deal with that? This progressed Cancer has taught me a lot. Like, you can see it, and it'd be weird because like you're having small talk conversations, but you feel it the whole time. In many cases, you feel that these people are not even aware that they house this. You can see that that person means fully well, but they still have this like energy. Okay. Well, guess what? Now that it's an Aquarius in your eighth house, they're coming for you. It's no longer a sleeper agent. They're awake. They're making coordinated attacks. And so you're meeting that with harsh boundaries. The whole purpose of awakening to this was that, Cancer, are you going to let the collective fucking bully you? Are you going to let the collective gaslight you forever? Or are you going to get the fucking strap? Because the god of war is in the eighth. And I don't really think that you're with the bullshit, because you're getting ready to catch multiple bodies exercising your awakened psychic powers, because you haven't just been getting gaslighted this whole time. You've been getting outrageously more powerful. You've been strengthening a lot more of your intuitive abilities, yada, yada. But most importantly, you trust yourself more than you've ever been. So, I mean, this eighth house is very sinister, but the square to Taurus in the 11th house is what's going to challenge how well you can trust the right people who at least don't have ulterior motives. Who doesn't these days? But will make so much more extremely clear who, based on how they move and what you feel from them, is meant to be in your circle, and who you need to cut the fuck off. That's really the huge lesson for Pluto and Aquarius. The first time you just gain that knowledge or feeling that someone's untrustworthy, you kind of just want to fucking address that then and there. As weird as it may sound or look, or however I mean, those of you with the aqua placements, you'll understand immediately how to do that. But just something to keep in mind, because Cancer, people are not going to hesitate to violate the fuck out of you if they have the opportunity. And it's important to understand that there is an irrational basis to their reasoning behind why they would want to violate you. And it's not anything that is readily going to be making sense on the surface. It's not because, oh, you said this. Like, there doesn't have to be a reason. This person could literally just have been used as a pawn to get at you, taken over by their uninhibited emotions. Like, this is also going to be at a micro level showing you more of these uncharacteristic actions from people or behaviors from people. And you'll see that because the holiness of your presence or the potency of your spirit or soul, your presence is what exposes that. So what if you can control it? What if you can actually now begin the process of constructing an entire system around how you actually harness these abilities? It's something that you've been freestyling up until this point, and now you're coming into the PhD level mastery and maturation of this. If you're already there, you're making a thesis of this, whether through your art or whatnot. So just know this is preparing you for the 10th house. This is going to lead to the 11th house rewards from career. That's just going to bring in an ungodly amount of wealth based off of your own individual actions, which is really dope, raw, and once again, unique in that you're destined to come into this. So A lot of this is 10 years in the making since the South Node. So there's that. And yeah, I think that is all I have to say. All right. Scorpio. Scorpio. You know, I feel like you have not been the same ever since the South Node left your sign. Please confirm this for me, Scorpio. The South Node left your sign, let's just say May to June of 2023. So if we can go to spring and summer of 2023, I have the theory that ever since that period, confirm this for me if you're Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Rising, it's like everything that you genuinely loved just turned lame as fuck. And now you just don't love it anymore. It's just like, wow, like you understood why you did what you did before, but it's just like, Jesus Christ, like, no. And it's not just because it got lame or whatever, but the thing is, like, there's been a supreme detachment towards what used to drive you before. And I want to make sure you can attribute this to literally like last year. And a lot of it was the purity when I'm picking up specifically, when you stepped into the thing, it became more pure. Like it wasn't even really that popping before you, like it was, but you played your hand into adding so much sauce to it. Now it kind of feels like it was a waste. Like I feel like some of you are literally feeling now, like now that you kind of made it more popular and all sorts of different people are being associated, it's not as pure anymore. And like I am being very vague because this can apply to however this you feel, but the energy that I'm kind of feeling from this is specifically there was before the North Node came and you were extremely passionate towards something. Then the South Node came through and revealed the reality, and it's like many of you are feeling. I want you to comment a 8 if it's like something that you really enjoyed. Now you're realizing it's just not that worth it to you anymore. You don't feel like it's worth it to really keep on putting that passion. An example is like being very passionate about something as a kid and then growing up and you're just like, nah, I just don't feel like that anymore. Okay, so I just definitely want to, this is not specific to just Scorpio too. It's possible for other people to feel this, but okay, Scorpio, if you have felt this, okay, that was your karma. All right. This was a very, 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 very like sinister troll from your own higher self because there's certain things you had to do, and if you didn't, certain things wouldn't have happened, especially with the South Node. You were facilitating destiny for other people socially. So it's like if you didn't throw that party, certain people wouldn't have met each other and things would happen. So if we had to convince you to get, but I'm just joking. I'm just joking. That's not even the case at all. That's just an example. So for those of you who commented number 8, the real reason why you're feeling this is because now that you're coming into the first Saturn Neptune Cazimi in Pisces in over 30 years, you are getting ready to establish an entire new system of creativity. Like the way you dream isn't going to be the same anymore. This doesn't even have to be related, but it's interesting that you're losing this passion around the same time you're getting ready to re-up on something that you're going to commit maybe all your time towards. Some of you are getting ready to make your magnum opus, your greatest projects ever, taking the sum total of all your experience and now really integrating this. Some of you are getting ready with this Pisces season to quite literally take your talent to the next level, but it's going to require hard discipline because Saturn in your 5th house is revealing to a lot of you that the reason why you loved what you loved wasn't really in integrity. Not that it was bad, not that it wasn't pure. you're realizing that what you loved didn't match the integrity that you have. And this has been some of the craziest disillusionment you may have ever experienced in your whole life, which has allowed you to now disillusion so much other people just by being in your presence. And some people think that you're being depressing. Some people think that you're being negative when many of you are positive doing this. It's this sense of acceptance. But this is going to now align over the next year and a half while the North Node is unlocking the lifestyle you are quite literally destined to live and integrate. That's what this Pisces season is going to prepare as well. This is going to unlock almost like you falling in love again, not with yourself or any of that corny shit. I'm just joking. Not with yourself. This is going to quite literally, for many of you, since this is a 30-year transit, a lot of this is really just age development. So a lot of this is you outgrowing what you loved before. But in a deeper level, this is the next cycle for you. And Jupiter is in your 7th house with Uranus. So another facet of this, since the 5th house is the romance house, many of you ladies are going to get viciously cock blocked. I just have to let you know. And some of you men, you may also kind of have blocks when it comes to connecting with certain, like there's a certain fluidity and ease of connecting. Like y'all don't understand, my friends. Scorpio pre-2023 could just snap their finger and men or women would just be eating out the palm of their hand. Once March of 2023 came in, it started to the well started to slow up. They were still pulling people left and right, but now like certain people say no, or certain things would just not work out. That's Saturn. That's Saturn in your 5th, okay? And like the well is getting ready to dry. You know why? Because now you're looking at the people who you've attracted, and now you're looking at like the people who you used to like. And bro, Scorpio is looking at themselves in the mirror like, why the fuck did I ever like these people? Why was I ever attracted to these people? Like Scorpio has leveled up so much that they have quite literally outgrown certain things that they used to really love as their favorite. It's just the unconventional quality of how much they leveled up is now not exactly balanced, and it's almost as if they woke up from being in the club last night and looking at the partner they slept with like, oh my fucking god, why did I think that this at the time was the right idea? Why am I friends with this bum? Every Scorpio right now is wondering, is looking at their friend like, you're a fucking bum. Why the fuck are you even around me right now? You're just like, is this a conspiracy? Why? Some of you, the illusion, certain people try to like put up this mystical illusion or spell. That's what I was going to say, or spell. Some people try to put some spells and try to make themselves look certain different. And you're starting to look past the illusion like, oh my God, you're a bum. Oh my God, you're a fucking fraud. This is crazy. So Saturn is going to viciously cockblock so many of you ladies because you're going to be seeing through these frauds and fake gold, or what's the word? Fool's gold, like never before. And it's going to happen in a way where instead of you having to waste your time, Saturn's not even going to entertain it. If the relationship has integrity and it's grounded in real values, it's going to manifest instantly. So if you're experiencing starting this season delays or certain kind of like limitations going somewhere, it's because it's not worth it. Okay. And you're being protected. Scorpio, please listen to me, because you and Pisces low-key be doing this. Like people get at Cancer for doing this, but Cancer will at least kind of get over it. You and Pisces will chase this toxic motherfucker, whether because of the sex or just because you like that dark shit. I don't know. You need to pay attention to the red flags. They're going to fly. very strong. Please do not ignore the red flags. Do not do that Pisces shit where it's like, oh, I think I like red today. No, ignore the red flags. Okay, it is because Pisces has magic. They'll turn the red flag to a green flag. Scorpio, you have Sagittarius magic. You're not Pisces. Don't even do what they do. They be regretting when they do that. Scorpio, I'm not even trying to say that you're weak. You're not weak. You're literally one of the strongest signs, but like you still just be going to the dark side just because you be on demon time sometimes. It's just like, what? I thought you be closet Virgo sometimes. You be trying to fix people like Virgo, but then make fun of Virgo for trying to fix people. Make that make sense? I don't understand. But he's different. But she's different. But she's different. Whole time you're seeing the red flags and you're like, no, it's not going to happen. Don't. Leave those mistakes for Cancer. Scorpio, stop. You're better than that. So, appreciate you again, bro. You're getting ready to literally engineer new creativity with the new moon. And this full moon is helping you understand the influence around you to inspire you towards what it is you love. That's going to feel like you don't love shit right now. That's going to feel like what you used to love, you don't love anymore. Or that's going to feel like maybe your child or any other stimulating activity becomes a project that's through the difficulty or lessons is going to bring out more of your love and creativity than you ever thought before. And then you have Uranus and Jupiter in your seventh. So your arc over the next 3 months is Gucci. I'm not gonna lie. You have the fifth house activation. Then you have the eclipse in your sixth house that is going to literally change your entire life. And then you have the seventh house Taurus active. Oh my gosh. That's a whole new cycle of that's chapter 2 of the Jupiter cycle on your relationships. So yeah, that's vicious. That's interesting, B. That's very interesting, B. And I feel like it's going to shift the perspective moving forward as it's preparing you to raise the standards in your relationships coming into the end of the decade. So yeah, if you've fallen out of life, you may fall in love with life again, but it's not going to be in the way you're used to. There are very unconventional elements that are continuing to be introduced to your life over the next few months that will definitely give you a uniquer approach. And with Pluto in your fourth, now what Libra was going through, you're going through, but you're not Libra. So this is just going to be so much more intense. Pluto, Mars, and of course, Venus in your fourth house is kind of like this hidden villain era, but it's not so much a hidden villain era. It's housing the corruption of humanity and either trying to be the martyr to save it yourself or just indiscriminately murking mortals who cross the line, given that you may not have the luxury to try and explain to people why they shouldn't fucking mess with you. So yeah, this is going to be a very intense next 20 years for the Pluto in the fourth. The real estate endeavors you might have done the past 2 years with Saturn are going to also awaken and intensify. But especially if you have Pluto Scorpio, you're up. We're up, guys. This is definitely putting you in a position like never before to really transform and innovate the foundation for y'all of how you even trust who you trust and the extraordinary hidden knowledge you're able to discern so much more effortlessly than ever. 50 on red, let's get it. I tested a theory with my brother yesterday went out to the casino and Two of Pentacles did. Okay. Shout out to the Jupiter sons, the North Node sons. So yeah, you feel me? I like what Katie said. We are not for the weak. That's going to be a huge element of the Pluto square. Shout out to Chiron and Scorpio as well. That square is going to be very vicious. The inability for others to accept the strength you are establishing is most definitely going to intensify more of the cringe. Okay. Pluto transiting the fourth is just really maximizing the cringe that will be created because people are fake as fuck. Now, if you're around people who aren't fake as hell and you can trust, this is going to be an extreme sense of just like intimacy and connection. But you know what I'm saying? We are not in a perfect world. Let's just say, hypothetically, just for the statement. And that's going to feel very cringy because basically, guys, Scorpio has been holding back their demon selves. I'm sorry, they've been holding back their pure selves. They've been holding back more of their true essence. A lot of people don't know that. You know what I mean? Like you have a whole eldritch being in most of these scorpions. So, like, you know, some of them are a phoenix, some of them are an eagle. So, like, what happens when Scorpio doesn't hold back anymore? And they just start like literally snapping on everybody, but in a way that, if anything, is probably just, you know, colder than you could ever, you know what I'm saying, think, you know. And what if they are not able to turn it off? Welcome to Pluto and Aquarius. And I'm very excited because we placed bets on what would happen. My bad. We're very interested in what's going to come of that. So a lot of what's going to turn and change the switch is this Pisces season of change. That's what's going to actually switch the trigger. And by the time we get on Chiron and Aries, that's where you put on the heat and you start to integrate this. Just basically snapping on people. Like people are not going to see it coming. Some people be thinking they can gaslight you like Cancer, and then you realize, no, bitch. No, bitch. I'm Scorpio. I'm not fucking and people are surprised. People be mad surprised when they realize you're not Cancer. And then they be getting mad because they thought you were. That's crazy. Like Cancer will forgive. They might hold a grudge, but Cancer will at least understand you're emotionally retarded or stupid, and they won't really get mad at you. Scorpio will kill you. Scorpio will kill you. So, like, you know, it is what it is. That being said, a sign capable of deep empathy and compassion, by the way, Scorpio will kill you. Anyway, other than that, yeah. It's a good preparation for Jupiter in your 8th house, which is going to really transform a lot of your dealings with others, and also expanding your investments, your magic investments. But yeah, 5th house revolution, a very opportune period to really begin to create this system of creativity. For some of you, this could apply towards undergraduate education, getting a bachelor's or teaching that, you know. But yeah, I think that the more you kind of accept that the more you accept that what you used to love is over, the more it's going to open up this next chapter. Or you cannot accept it and fall into a very deep, deep depression where you continue to get disillusioned with everything in the world and then turn into a notorious evil supervillain. No pressure. Next, we have Pisces. Okay. Pisces, you're beyond villainy. I feel like a lot of Pisces are kind of frustrated because Pisces had an entire villain era that nobody even noticed. Like 2021 to 2023, Pisces had probably the most legendary villain era, and it literally got overshadowed by like so much other fuckery. So like Pisces is just in a really weird spot where it's like, well, no one even noticed our villain era. People don't understand a lot of crazy shit that happened because of a Pisces, and like no one knows. It's like literally under your radar, and so they don't know how to feel about that because they got their anger out the way, but it's just like fuck. And this anger over the past 2 years was them just completely being suppressed. Pisces was suppressed insanely over the past 2 years, and to the point where like they have receipts of organizations of people or frequencies literally suppressing their voice, literally going out of their way to tell other people that they're delusional or have problems. Of course, Pisces, you had the audacity to like expose hidden secrets. So I don't know how you didn't accept that. Like Pisces will do that very strange shit. Like Pisces, you came into the room, you put everyone on blast, you literally exposed some shit no one knew. And now you think it's weird that people want to like X you out the map or like hide you or suppress your pen. Like pick one, Pisces. Y'all be trying to play the victim and say you're the martyr. You look like you asked for it. Virgo told you to chill. Virgo was like, look, don't put all the receipts out at once. You need to time the receipts because Virgo knows it. Pisces is just like, no, the people have to know all now. I'm just gonna tell everybody. And it's like, now look at you. Now look at you, Pisces. Now look at you. It's cool though. It's cool though. Cause they don't know this is Pisces revenge. Pisces got the Saturn and the Neptune, and they saw Virgo talking shit. So they tried to catch Sag slipping. But yes, what can I say about Pisces? You are bringing in, especially if you have a Pisces rising, you are bringing in the totality of this karmic mission and test. One, it means that you are a conduit of the Reaper. This is you stepping into a 2.5 year responsibility transit of what you do with your power. So, if you have, and when I say your power, I'm talking about second house Aries, you have raw original firepower. So here's the thing. I want you to comment a 12. If since 2012, more than ever, it felt like you were the audience of a TV show movie and you were able to quite literally predict what people would do before they do it. It's like you were looking at reality like you were sitting outside of it and you could literally remote control screen people's lives. This is terrifying, by the way. This is the fact that you guys can even do this. And then also on top of that, it's almost as if like you have been able to, how do I put this into words? You have been able to literally imagine scenes and they happen real time. This is similar to Aquarius and this is similar to Capricorn, but instead of using this as an ability, you are it. It's like, unlike Capricorn and Aquarius that actually does it at will, you're never not doing this, right? If you commented a 12, I want to highlight the subconscious quality of how you would notice these experiences after the fact. Okay. Saturn here now is you're controlling this at will. With great power comes great responsibility. You're commenting a 12 if, per se, since 2012, you've been able to imagine things or gain predictions of things as they're happening right before they happen, almost as if you have a sixth sense. What I'm talking about is your extrasensory perception. Pisces is the zodiac sign of extrasensory perception. Say it with me. ESP. 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 The shit that science says is fake. So like They still have some catching up to do. Pisces sun is the awareness of ESP. Pisces moon is the receptivity to feel ESP. And Pisces rising is strange as fuck because just their very presence literally creates poltergeists, as you guys are portals. And this is having a extrasensory personality. I just wanted to say that, but a perceptual personality. All right. And it's cool because with the last time Neptune was here, it was in 1800s. So it coming back around is giving you guys the opportunity to redefine in a postmodern world that's coming out of the dark ages of magic being outlawed, literally, and demonized, to really show what the fuck it actually means to be and experience that. And a lot of that before was clouded in mystery. It was definitely unorganized. Let's say 2012 up until this point was like pioneering a field that was unregulated. Pisces, you know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. So imagine ever since 2012, it's not limited to that, but ever since 2012, it's like you were psychic in a field that was not regulated, and you were using your gifts, and your gifts were heightened, but you also saw people, using these gifts to deceive people. You also were able to see who were frauds, people who were using the concept to deceive people thinking they were using their abilities. Now that Saturn is in the sign, it's being regulated. You're getting ready to be a part of the regulation of these dynamics, and you are coming into the full control at will to extrasensory perception. And it's going to be weird as fuck at first because Pluto is in Aquarius. So Pluto and Mars and Venus having you act subconsciously off of claircognizant wisdom that you have no idea to know why you know, but you're still somewhat uncannily on point, is making clear a lot of things intuitively that you have sincerely wished wasn't true. Pisces is so fucking psychic that they come into premonitions that they have to wish isn't true, and may have to actively escape, not even just through drugs. Then some of them may not even have to take drugs. They still have to escape to the reality that certain things that they're intuiting or dreaming of is actually more than real. Well, now that Pluto is in the 12th house, this is making this extremely clear. And Pisces are being haunted with synchronicities. Let me give you an example right now. Imagine if a Pisces had the intuition, oh, my partner is going to cheat on me. No, they're not going to cheat on me. They're not going to cheat on me. No, I'm overreacting. And then they get a text like, what would you do if your partner cheated on you? No, that's a weird synchronicity. And then they turn the TV on. Is your partner cheating on you? Like Pisces is getting trolled by their own selves so fucking hard. I'm so glad I'm not a Pisces. I would just be completely like, y'all are too magic. Be like that. Then once you're that level of magic, it's not even fun anymore. Magic stops being fun, by the way, in Sagittarius. I will always make this joke. Gemini is you take an ecstasy pill, and it's like, the first 10 minutes, you don't really feel anything. And then it happens. That instant change shift. That's why Gemini is fucking dope. It's like, it's right when it activates, right when you start to feel it. And then, you start to balance it. You start to get to the journey to the peak. That's Virgo, the adjustment. And then you get to the peak. That's Sagittarius. Once you get to Pisces, you overdosed. That's Pisces, motherfucker. That's what it's like to be a fucking Pisces. It's just too much magic. It's just like, I feel every vibe. I have to put on a regular face like I'm not feeling every vibration, and like I don't have the craziest social anxiety, and that I don't know that everyone's lying to me. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. No, I'm good. I used to be so jealous of you motherfuckers. And then I realized that and I was like, no, y'all can keep that shit. It's cool. I'm sorry. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yo. This shit is real. Makes me want to stay. And this is why they're one of the 4 antisocials. They're not trying to fuck with all that shit. Yo. Then you have social Pisces, which is an enigma in and of itself. But like, yes, B. Okay, it is what it is. No, Pisces revenge is here, y'all. It's setting up the Pluto transit 2044, where we're gonna have open apparitions and just ghosts possessing stuff, and then the Ghostbusters are gonna actually be popular and back in style, but in real life. So yes. Well, Saturn is going to dull and limit the effects of this, but it's going to add so much more weight, mainly because the Reaper is enabling you to almost end people's lives just by imagining it. And that is such a radical concept until you understand the mechanics behind how it's even possible. And that's when you're going to have to make a decision. That is the most important part of this Pisces season for you. This coming in from now until June, you are establishing the direction of your beliefs. You're going to, coming from the full moon to the new moon, decide on if you align towards, I'm not going to set it up towards one or another thing, but the thing is, you're going to have to make hardcore decisions that no one could have prepared you for. Like some of you are going to be in a position where it's like you realize if you do not kill the person in front of you, then that person is going to sexually assault a 3-year-old girl, and it's going to completely change your mind and beliefs around certain things you might have seen as bad or seen as good. This is going to be heavy as fuck because Neptune is now adding a astral, supernatural, metaphysical quality to this that you were never taught in church. You weren't necessarily taught in school, and no one can make this decision but you. This is the karma class. And with the North Node unlocking literally your firepower, sextile the Aquarius energy, you're going to really see how quickly it is you're in a position to actually not only manifest the power of these perspectives, but with Uranus and Jupiter in the 3rd house, your body is effectively a remote control. And you're definitely going to be able to communicate command prompts just by literally moving your body in certain ways. And this is going to prepare to activate the most unconventional, naturally evolved abilities, especially aligning healing to this power where just with a touch, you can shift stuck energy, amongst other things. The first part of this activation is this month. Aries is going to be the second part. And then May is going to be the third part that's going to lead into the integration. So, yeah. The first part of this is to initiate the world, the entire totality of the wisdom stemming from your extrasensory perception. And, well, how do I say this? Ooh. If you're not flying before this, you're definitely levitating after this. How do I say this? Basically, you are going to be facilitating the beginning of the end of the world. And a lot of that is going to be through breaking whatever systems you're a part of. So, like, if you are in a balanced league, now you're making feats and plays that break the game. It's almost like you're ruining what you're a part of. You're going to start making a whole lot of shit obsolete. People are going to hate you more than they already do, Pisces. You're just going to kind of like crack the code and kind of like screw a lot of shit up for certain people. And what you're going to really threaten is the fact that certain people who felt that certain things couldn't be changed, you're going to be changing them, influencing Aries to spark it. Like, you're going to be changing it. And it's going to feel really strange because these are traditions and thoughts that no one felt could even be pushed. And just by you kind of like stepping into this level, this is going to unlock so much more totality of your own value. Okay, so it's once again a lot to look forward to. Lance, I didn't even realize you got a tarot card, so I got you. Okay. Um oops, I forgot to start the event. Okay. So with that being said, I think that you are most definitely in a position to not only begin chapter 3. See, we're on chapter 2. May is going to be chapter 2 of the evolution cycle. So chapter 2 of the Jupiter evolution cycle in May is going to be chapter 3 for you, Pisces. Chapter 3 for you is the final part of activation before the plot starts plotting. So let's take the parts of a movie, or let's take the parts of a book, right? You have the introduction of the book, and then before you have the climax, you have the in between part that builds on the conflict and leads it to its climax. The introduction ends with introducing the conflict or introducing the direction you're going to. And that's what you're getting ready to start throughout this year, Pisces. It's going to take what you activated 2022 and manifested 2023, and it's going to strengthen it 2024, so that you can get ready to integrate it 2025. And, once again, insecure people will project whatever bullshit they feel the need to project, but they could only do that because you exist. So many people will find out that you're their reason for even being, and that's just going to kind of make them even more sour in their stomach. Like, there's a lot of fuckery here. A lot of you are going to inadvertently like destroy people's beliefs, and that wasn't even your intention. Okay, so or for some of you it was, and I see you. Okay, so it's just something to keep in mind. Honestly, outside of this, the responsibility of Saturn on your rising or sun or moon is literally like starting a business. And it just like it takes Saturn 2.5 years to go to a sign, it's going to take like 1.5 to 2 years for you to get whatever you're starting off the ground. Of course, Saturn adds integrity. You have to take more responsibility because you're starting this new cycle. So you have to embody this integrity. So you can't really get a slap on the wrist, but any delays and limitations are just going to set up this inevitable success through these integrity tests so that you can see this through. But what it's going to feel like is like you're not nerfed anymore, which you would think Saturn will be the nerfer. Certain Pisces have felt nerfed their whole life. And the fact that they're not going to feel nerfed anymore is very terrifying. I don't know how to feel about that. But it is what it is. Okay. Bad enough the Aquarians are awakening. They're fucking aliens. All right, my bad. I dropped a lot of F-bombs. I'm going to end this right here, Pisces. Thank you very much. Someone has ordered a live reading. Let me get my card. Ooh. Oh. Ah. Anti-fuckery campaign to life. Take it to church, bums. Let's go. So Lance, hey, it's me again, the relationship coach, and this time I want advice about a relationship. So 10 years ago, I met a woman who had just started a relationship, and we hit it off amazingly well, knowing we should be together. But both just stayed in our relationships and then got married and had a kid. Now I got divorced and had a couple of relationships. We kept in touch with her, and now she wants to get divorced, but it's complicated. My question is, am I creating bad karma by pursuing this married woman, or does our potential love transcend the situation? Should I move on and find another woman? I feel like a bit of a homewrecker, but she says she really wants to leave him. Well, Lance, this is interesting because you're born in 94, and so you are, I'm in my underwear. So you're going through a Saturn return. So this is not a coincidence. How you respond to this will immediately, and it's going to really affect your karma. So the very good thing is you're aware of how to go about this. It's actually not necessarily bad at all that you are having this connection, because she's giving you the impression that she's going to leave her partner. So that's it. You know what is crossing the line, and you know personally what is against your integrity. So as long as you don't necessarily go against that, it won't, one, happen to you, and two, you'll definitely be in a position to grow from it. But personally, yeah, just be very clear in communication of how it is you feel is the right way to go about this, and be very mindful of her potentially kind of stringing you along and promising to leave but not actually leaving. If that's the case, you just go find someone new, because you are definitely going to have more options than you see currently right now. So think as if you had so much more options. We also had this card flew out, the Ace of Wands. This is a huge yes. So I just see this as far as like green light go in a very passionate way for a situation that's ready to move forward. But let me actually pull the actual card. So we do have, thank you. Don't make any moves until she's left her partner. That's crazy, because I literally just got the Hangman. So the Hangman is literally saying just surrender. There's nothing really more you have to do, because you personally have already stated your intentions. So all you have to do is just surrender to the situation. And once she's ready to kind of like change that perspective, you'll both know what to move. And it looks like she might move forward with you. But we do have the Five of Pentacles, Lord of Material Trouble. So that relative to the situation is really more so talking about coming into this sense of alienation and this sense of lack. In an odd way, I can see that as maybe both of you, especially when we see this in the sense of personally you and her not necessarily letting this sense of like a lack of resources stop you from like connecting. But the Five of Pentacles personally also feels like you might be dodging a bullet in the way you approach this as well. So yeah, definitely something to keep in mind. So should you move on? The answer really is you should just surrender. You surrender now, meaning if you want to see other people, you can see other people. But as far as like it's concerned with her, Don't force it. There's really nothing more you could do. You just literally leave that situation alone and just allow it to unfold. Okay. Yeah, I also got the Eight of Swords. So it's almost as if she feels stuck. It's almost as if she feels like she wants to leave, but she doesn't. She feels like she doesn't know how to leave, or she feels like she doesn't have the wherewithal to initiate that. Um, and with the Chariot card, it's almost as if like you kind of moving forward and doing your own thing, and her seeing you move on is what's going to motivate her the most to be decisive and make a decision. So other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm going to reconvene in 20 minutes so that we can do the ceremony. And until next time, peace.